Can one dual form really make different nail shapes look the same? As you can see, every finger has a different nail shape. These two are narrower and more rectangular, while these are wider and more trapezoid shaped. My goal here is to use dual forms to correct those weaknesses as much as possible, and build a strong balanced nail that actually lasts. The very first thing I do is a clean manicure. I don't usually show this step, but this time, you really need to see it. This area is very sensitive, and there's a real risk of bleeding, because the cuticle is covering a large part of the nail plate. I work very gently using an orange wood stick in 2 stages. First, I lightly push the cuticle back using the side of the stick. In the second step, I carefully lift the cuticle that's attached to the nail plate. Pay close attention here with the manicure bit. I open the cuticle and the sidewalls in 1 step, while also removing the thin skin from the surface of the nail using an upward motion with the bit. I gently create the cuticle line, and just to be clear, this is not a normal cuticle. This step needs to stay very minimal. For this type of cuticle, I prefer to use nippers to cut it. Here I'm using a medium grit silicone bit to smooth out any nipper marks and remove any remaining skin. See how much that manicure extended the nail plate? I'd say we gained at least a couple of millimeters. Now, choosing the right form is the most important part. I always start by analyzing the natural nail from the side. You can see this nail is very flat, with almost no longitudinal curve, and from the front, the transverse curve is minimal as well. Here, I picked 3 forms from the newer generation of dual forms, combining modern and classic architecture. I test each one of them. I need to choose a form that properly covers the growth points and the sidewalls, because the natural nail plate is small. Too much product in the stress area makes the nail heavy, and when it's too heavy, it can't handle pressure. A lot of people think the more product you use, the stronger the nail will be. That's actually not true at all. Here I'm showing you exactly what I mean by product volume and which area I'm talking about. I'm going with an almond shape for her. It makes the fingers look slimmer and longer, and gives the nails a more delicate, elongated look. Square shapes really aren't a good option for trapezoid. Rectangular or round nails from the forms I tested. The square arch is completely out, between the stiletto form and the classic square. I'm choosing the classic square. The product volume in the stress area is perfectly balanced, and don't worry, I'll easily convert it into an almond shape. As always, I start by marking the form so I can place the product accurately and stay in control. I start by applying a very thin layer of builder gel to the side walls, and I cure it for 5 seconds. This step is really important. Now I'm applying product to the free edge. The thickness here is about 2 millimeters, while the sidewalls stay closer to 1 millimeter. As I place the product, I already start shaping it slightly almond square. I cure it for 10 seconds, then place the main amount of product inside the form. Using the correct angle, just like I showed in my previous videos, I place the form onto the nail. I cure only the cuticle area for 5 seconds. Then I flip the hand over, check the underside, and clean it up. It goes into the UV lamp for 30 seconds. After that, I take it out and pinch the nail. Since I'm creating an almond shape, pinching is necessary. I remove the form. The result is very clean, with a soft curve and excellent sidewall coverage. Now let's move on to shaping. I place the file under the free edge at roughly a 30-degree angle. Now it's time for the sidewalls. As you can see, I place the file directly under the sidewall at a 90-degree angle. Don't angle the file and never remove the growth points. I soften this angle using a rounded filing motion while keeping the file underneath the nail. I do the same thing on the other side. I mark it first with a marker, so you can clearly see exactly where I'm going to file. This is the correct way to properly refine the free edge. Pay close attention to the filing motion. I'm filing exactly on the mark, with the file moving downward. I place the file back under the nail. This time, my hand is slightly angled, but I'm only filing the corners. I'm not even going near the growth points. I mark it again with the marker, so you can clearly see the area I'm about to file from underneath. I place the file right under the free edge. I finish with a very light, final filing on the surface, and that completes the shaping. Using a manicure bit, I check the sidewalls. If there's any product stuck to the skin, I gently remove it. Skipping this step can lead to lifting in that area. I also smooth out the underside using this bit. There are two important things to keep in mind here. First, the thickness at the sidewalls and the free edge should be about 1 millimeter. And second, when you're cleaning up the underside, don't thin out the center, just refine it. If you make the middle too thin, it will definitely break. Now it's time for a smart nail art choice. I'm choosing a French design. A thin French, not a thick one. The almond shape already makes the nails look slimmer and longer, and a thin French enhances that effect even more. A solid color or a glittered gel can't achieve the same result here. The French brush needs to be thin and long. I fully load the brush with color, since I use the entire surface of the brush, not just the tip. When I do a French, I start with a thinner layer. I draw the right side from the front view. I always start from the center. That keeps the smile line points very delicate if you start from the corners. The pressure of the brush can make the starting or ending points of the smile line look wider. To draw the left side of the French, I adjust the client's hand position so I can work from the center again and control the symmetry on both sides. Cure the French for 2 minutes, especially if, like me, you're using a mix of paint gel and gel polish. If this breakdown helped you see form selection differently, let me know in the comments.